Hi, Heather.
Hi, Tracy. How are
Good.
you?
I love our virtual Thursday calls. I look forward to
Yes.
them.
Yeah, sometimes Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays,
You're
or
right.
weekly calls.
That's true. Okay, I'm going to let you take the lead because I think the whole goal of this is having people understand the wealth that they could build through homeownership.
Yes. Yes.
So as the real estate agent in this partnership, I want you to maybe give your stats and then some information about appreciation and why people should still buy even in this crazy real estate market that we're in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Yeah.
So really quickly, like I always do every week, stats here in the city of Corona. We have 255 active single family homes, condos, and townhomes for sale.
Okay.
Of those 255 homes, 79, which is 30%, have had price decreases recently.
Okay, that's a
So
good thing.
we are seeing a shift,
Yeah.
more of, starting to shift to a more neutral market. It's still, I consider it still a seller's market, but we're starting to neutralize a little bit.
Okay.
48 of these homes are priced under that 670 number that we like to look at every week.
Yes.
There is still some options out there. We have 204 homes in escrow at the current moment, and the city of Corona closed 181 homes in the last 30 days.
Okay.
Now, of these homes, 19% sold for under asking. Last week, that number was at 15%. So now we're starting to see that shift as well, where homes are starting to close for a little bit less than maybe some sellers anticipated.
Okay. So that's positive stuff.
Positive for buyers, yes. Now,
it's true.
honestly, we still have 80% of these homes selling for over asking or at list price.
Yeah.
It's still a really positive seller's market. So for those people who want to still sell their home, obviously jump on that now before the market shifts further. But we are seeing some light for buyers.
That's good. And it's so important, to work with a real estate agent like Heather, in my opinion, because you have to know this data. You have to be educated in the market that you're in. One, as a buyer, it helps you negotiate terms. And as a seller, it helps you list your house appropriately. So you get the most traffic and you kind of create that bidding war. So I know you like attend coaching sections and train and all of that stuff. So it's so good to see that. There's a lot of real estate agents right now that haven't experienced this shift in the market, and they're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. So to work with someone that's experienced and knowledgeable is so important right now.
Yes, absolutely. And it's important to know, how to write the best offer for the market that you're in. So I know I touched on it last week about the competition has slowly decreased.
Yeah.
But yes, we're still seeing competition in most cases. I want to say that not every home, but it's less competition. So
let's talk about money. So wealth, right?
Yes.
Hopefully like building the American dream, home ownership. Do you have any idea, just like in California as a whole, homes that like kind of the equity people have built up, and if they were lucky enough to purchase, even a few years ago?
Okay, so a few years ago, you're now sitting pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the number was for 2021. The home appreciation was at 22% in the state of California.
Yeah, over 2020 appreciation, which is crazy.
Insane numbers.
Yeah.
So obviously, I always like to advise buyers, like you're buying long term. If you're buying for a temporary 1 to 2 year residence, you might not see this equity, but if you're buying to be there for 3, 4, 5, 10 plus years, you're definitely going to see equity. So yes, we had those unicorn years the last couple of years, right? And we are all sitting pretty right now for those of us who have owned. But on average in California over the last 39 years, so this is a trend, we're looking at 6.77% of appreciation every year.
Okay. So give an example, like maybe on a sales price, what that looks like.
Yeah. So I was kind of just running some rough numbers on an $800,000 house.
Okay.
Because I look at the homes here in Corona. So $800,000 house you purchase, let's say you purchase it today.
Mhm.
And we go based off of the average number of 6.77% equity, not that unicorn.
Mhm.
You're going to be gaining just over $54,000 a year in equity.
Okay.
So let's say you're in that house for 5+ years. After 5 years, that homeowner has already earned and gained $270,000 in equity.
Yeah. And the way that I like to show it to people too is, right, you have, when you have a down payment, you have that money somewhere, right?
Yes.
You have it in a checking or a savings that earns very, very little interest on your money. You have it possibly in a 401k or in the stock market, which right now, if you do, God help us all because of what's happened. So,
Yes.
so if you take a 20% down payment on 800,000, you have that money somewhere. It's still owning a home, even with rates being higher. It's the biggest bang for your buck, right? I mean,
Yes.
you're not only going to have equity of what you're putting down, but you're going to have appreciation over time as well. And there's no checking or savings account paying you on average 6.77% a year. I mean,
so, you put 20,000 down on this $800,000 house, $160,000 of equity already in the house.
Yep.
Now add that to 270.
Yeah, and you have that money somewhere, right, already.
Yes.
So that's what I try to tell people too. And it's, talking to a licensed certified public accountant. And, if you're renting now and you go to buy, one of the other advantages, it's talking to that CPA and understanding, okay, if you have a mortgage payment instead of rent and you're paying interest, now with rates going up, you're going to be paying more interest, right?
Yes.
Which could be a bigger tax deduction. And really ask them, if we pay X amount a year in interest when we go to file our taxes, what kind of return would that look like that maybe you're not getting when you're renting? And they
Yes.
can talk to you about possibly changing your withholdings in each paycheck to make more every week or every 2 weeks to be able to afford higher than your rent payment. So there's different advantages, obviously, of owning a home. Appreciation is one of them. I know right now a lot of people they have equity, right?
Yes.
And they're like, let's take advantage of our equity. Now, the disadvantage is that they may have a much lower interest rate, right? But the advantage is you could possibly pull out that equity and use it to purchase like a second home.
I was just thinking that a second home, a vacation home, an investment property, and then just imagine this trickle down effect of all this appreciation and equity that you're building over time.
Yep.
For your future, for retirement, for your children, for your legacy. It's just huge the amount of wealth you can build through real estate.
Yeah. And people are like, well, I don't want to touch my low rate. Okay. I mean, I understand that, and it's going to change your payment. But still borrowing money at even 8%, if it gets to that point, is usually less than the rate on a credit card, right? And the less than a rate on a personal loan, an unsecured loan. So you're still borrowing money, in an asset that you have.
So pretty much almost every American has a credit card. The average interest rate on a credit card is 24%.
Yeah. It's because you don't hear about, right? You don't hear that.
Yes.
But with interest rates, it's like mortgage rates and they're going up, and it's like, it's also going up on credit cards, right?
Yes.
Kind of like that, if you watch our other videos that we talk about in student loans and car loans and things. So owning a home still is just such a great way to build financial wealth. And I mean, think about being able to buy an investment property, even in a different state, right? Projecting rental income monthly, which is supplemental income to help you even afford maybe your current mortgage. And just being able to do that over and over again, and then have homes in those areas appreciate as well.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to make money.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I own 2 pieces of real estate myself. So if somebody is interested in, what that looks like to own a primary and an investment property, I would love to help kind of consult and advise alongside Tracie, and let's see, get you on this road to building more wealth.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is, investment properties, we have a program where it's you could do 20% down. Now, when you put 25% down, you're going to get a little bit of a better interest rate. But the good thing is that we use a percentage of the projected rents that you'll get to help offset that new payment. Right. So it's like if you project $3,000 a month, we can use 75% of that number to help you qualify to purchase that investment property. So definitely talk, if you're interested, talk to myself or to Heather so we could kind of put that plan together for you using the equity that you have.
I love that. And, honestly, Tracie and I we're all about guiding people for case by case, what works for you at what time. And a lot of people say, when is the right time to buy? And I've been answering them like, when it's the right time for you. So there is no perfect time to buy. If it's the perfect time for you, it's the perfect time to buy. So
absolutely,
we can definitely consult on that.
Good.
Well, thank you so much, Tracie. Always
Thank
good
you.
to see you.
Amazing.
And,
I will see you next week. Stay tuned.
Yeah, so we have Tracie here with Supreme Lending.
Yes.
And I'm Heather with eXp Realty, and we're posting these every week. So if you have questions or you want to know something in particular about buying a home, owning a home, buying an investment property, whatever it looks like pertaining to real estate, drop us a comment, send us a direct message, and we would love to address those in future videos.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Heather. Have a great day.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.